Welcome back to the Talk to Your Man. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the KO of the MPG, I believe 15, the Rattrap from TAKARA. And what do I think about this guy? I think that you're going to have to wait and see. But it's half the price of the original. Does it look like the original to you so far? I'll tell you what I think. We'll look at it. We will compare this to the original because I do have the original, and we'll compare it to the rest. I think it's the last masterpiece Beast Wars we're going to get from Takara for a while at least. But I did get some shows store. I'll link down below where you can get yours, probably cheaper than anywhere on the planet. So also TH Sports Review, help the channel out and all that good stuff. But let's get and take a look at this. Let's just see the difference between this and the original, because there are some coming up. Alright, so here is the packaging and how the packaging comes. Very simplistic and plain. I guess that's the transformation. I don't know. And then figures packaged in the bot mode. So you've got the alternate headpiece. You've got the gun, two faces, some other good stuff. So basic stuff. That's how it looks. Alright, so here he is out of the package, and he does look pretty good, actually. Not a bad looking figure. Matches up pretty close to the original. The main part of this video is the comparison to the original. One thing I want to talk about, though, is the way they packaged it. And he is very back heavy, so all that backpack makes it hard to spin him. But he has a bunch of mess on the back. That's just the way the character was, the way the design was. It is what it is. But we can probably clean that up a little bit better than how they packaged it. But that's how they packaged it. And I want to get this around here. I want to not have him fall over again to have his gun in. But I want to say that compared to the original, the pegs on the feet are much tighter. So that does help with stability. But you do kind of have to have this sort of forward-leaning pose to him to get him to stand properly because of all the weight on the back. Looks wise, little rat boy here looks pretty good. Try to get the camera to focus on him a little bit better. But I do like the gold paints, all the different color of paints that are on him, and everything that works very well with all of that. And it's different colors of like brownish gold, brighter gold, straight brown, all the way through them, which is similar to the original one. We'll see that here in just a little bit. One of the funny things, I feel like the feet are just a little bit too far back on him, but maybe that was like a design choice to help give him stability. I know I'm criticizing Takara design on a KO reproduction, which looks to be, I mean, almost exactly the same. Very, very little bit of different. Now, I do see something that might be slightly different, but not much different. So far, it looks exactly the same, and the only thing I've noticed so far messing with him is the fact that his feet are a little bit tighter joints, and that offers him a little bit more stability. So let's get into some accessories real quick. Focus. Young Samurai. Gun is full of paint, just like the original one, exactly like the original one, with some gold, red, gold, black in it. And so that's really his only main accessory. The other accessory, well, one's going to be used in mouse mode, nope, rat mode. And he's got two more faces, and let's focus in on them. Basically, one's kind of screaming crazy and one's kind of just smiling. Forgot how easy it was to change these, and I'm going to go with this one here where, I mean, he's kind of freaking out in that one. He just looks kind of happy in this one, so you literally just pop it off, pop it back on. Very, very simple. Sometimes you got to unscrew stuff. Sometimes they make it hard on you, but this time there's light piping, and I don't have a flashlight up here or anything, so not really going to be able to do much good, but yeah, I like that face better. Now let's sit through some articulation real quick so we can get to the fun part, which is the comparison. So the head side to side, up, down. We can go, so you've got a shoulder up, and you can take this shoulder up too. Bicep swivel, double jointed at the elbow, hands in and out, and you have all you have is a fixed thumb, and then opening and closing just that section of the hand, and you've got a trigger finger that if you open it, it's just awkward. His hand's awkward when you open it. So he's got something wrong with him. All right, waist swivel. I can't remember if he's supposed to have an ab crunch. I'm not going to go much crazier with that. We can take his legs. Does he have a drop down? No, not a drop down. But you kind of have to move it. So you can get all the way out here, but you got to move it back to kind of an unnatural. Backpack blocks his going to the rear, but going to the front. If you move it just right, you can get well past the 90. You can be showgirls and all that. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, I believe. Nope. But single jointed knee that gives you almost double jointed range. And then your foot side to side and toe articulation. That's about it. But these feel tighter. You can do side. You can rotate it on here too. There's a screw. So yeah, it's pretty much what you'd need, except I don't have an ab crunch. I don't know if I need that. All right, here goes the part that I feel like is the most important, and it's the comparison. Now, looking at the top of the head, we see the silver looks sort of the same, pretty much the same. The gold on the face is shinier than over here, and I guess that's going to just go all the way through. So anywhere that's gold, the KO fourth party is a little bit shinier than on the original. And going down, I think the grays are about the same. This kind of copper is about the same, brownish copper down to the legs. Now I will say that the movement on the feet, it's just way looser on the original. You could say it's smoother, but over here, I don't want it as smooth. I want it rigid to hold this figure up. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like I have less trouble keeping the original one standing up, even though these joints are much tighter. So I don't know what that is. But let's turn around to the back. And you can kind of see, this is kind of the configuration that I went with for the back. This is how it was shipped. And I'm leaving it like this, A, so I don't get them mixed up because they're so almost identical. And B, stand up. Back heavy, dude. Now, B, I just kind of feel like this does look cleaner from the front. You want to probably move some stuff back and get rid of that tail so it's not between his legs. But yeah, that's the back. It's the same. Even like the brown paints, like the accent paints we'll see in the alt mode, yeah, do indeed look pretty much the same. All right, here we go with next to Optimus Primal. Optimus is more like a machine. More machine now than man. Than ape. Alright, there it is. Truck, not monkey. Monkey, not truck. And then Dinobot holding his disc. He's got a little disc obsession over here. Massive. And Dinobot's a good size figure. For this line. That looks good. All right, for transformation, we are going to start moving some of this stuff, getting it out of the way here, ready to go for transformation. We want all these panels to be sort of separated. And we are going to open up a lot of these panels. So fold this one out, this one out. All three of these up, because this is a super shell former. As much of a shell former it is, you would still think it'd be easier, but there's just got to get up in here and pull these out. Maybe it's easier to grab it from the side like that. Pull that out. What a pain to get that one out. Why does that one not want to come out? I have a kind of a smudger, but this surface isn't painted. I don't think it'll be a big deal. Get the party started with this one. This panel here needs to come out. That was a serious pain. I kind of pushed on these, and then I use this to pull it up, and then now you can easily grip it. So that one was a pain. Pain, pain, pain. All right. Now we're going to get into his arms. So we're going to fold this to the down, this like so. Need to fold those in. Fold on that joint right here. And then fold this up. Man, that's tight. That's tight. All right, so when I did the other side here, it should kind of look about like this. When you've got that done, let's go ahead and open him up. I'm going to pull this down and get it out of the way. And then we are going to sort of have these to mess with. And we're going to bring kind of the upper body up a little bit, kind of separate it. So we move this up. And this does come off because it is swappable. It does come off. I guess it should be better to try to keep it on while you're doing the transformation, but I don't know why they made it swappable. Because you have like the whiskers. All right, so we're gonna bring it down, and this is gonna go into here. And then we're gonna pull the other one down and into here, and then they should connect together. This needs to come up. I don't know why it's leave that off for now. Then we need to fold these pieces around and up. So you keep this out, the outer shell, former shell, and fold that up to here. Same thing on this side. And then we can bring this, it's going to be the kind of the crotch piece here. And then got the hands in there just right. And this can come over. This is going to go into the crotch. Into the crotch. Over and under. Over and under. Let's kind of get in here. And then we got to work on the legs. Now for legs, you got to flip them around. The waist. And then, as you see what I did right there, you're going to fold that one over. And then we're going to fold them up. But I think we can put the gun in here. Yeah, I'm going to put the gun in. So here's the gun, and we are going to put the gun where the handle tabs are going to clip into here. So there's a slot there in the thigh. It's been a little while since I've done this transformation. And, well, I guess I got premature on shutting that up, but I thought I could do that. I thought I could. Yeah, you still kind of probably could have. Just fine. We got to get these legs positioned just right so everything will close up. And we can get back to closing it up. Back to business. But I'm not sure why my the upper part just giving too much friction there. But then we're going to come around here and we're going to bring this down. My gun fell out. All right, we're folding these over. And remember the engaging kind of the hips. You have to kind of fold it to engage the hips of the bot hips back. And I'm having to fold all this, close all this back up. Maybe this is going to hold that together a little bit better now that we have all of this. Then we've got to tuck this under here. This under here. And then let's clean this thing up a little bit more and then have a look at it. All right, here he is in his mouse mode. Oh, rat mode for those of you who want to be technical. Mouse, rat. And it looks pretty good. I mean, you have the panel lines that the original one had and stuff. But I'm going to get into this. I did notice a big difference between the two that I didn't think was big at first, but he does have the same kind of paint scheme that's going on right there. He does have the paint on the whiskers. You have the option to just pop this one on here and have the actual rooted whiskers, rooted hair whiskers. And then he's got the tail 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation. The legs go out. And then articulation here and here. Then legs go out. Same. You actually have a little side to side on this in the front. Oh, you actually have toe articulation, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I saw that wrong. But one of the things about this that got me was when I was, doing the cleanup process after transformation, I couldn't quite get the bottom of it closed up. And I did get it all perfect. Just squeeze it all together, and I got it to hold for a little while. And then after messing with it, it popped back out. And I got to thinking, I'm like, something's got to be different here than the original. And so I'll try to put my picture up. But as you can see, it's like a hole in a tab. And the original uses an over-under kind of deal. I don't really need a picture. So there's these two tabs, and then this. So it's like they're both over-under kind of deal versus one tab into a slot. And let's see here. See, you got the two tabs here, and then this tab here is kind of over and under. So it holds better in alt mode. And it was fine once or twice, but I kept fiddling with it thinking there's something different. Couldn't figure it out right away what was different. And then I realized that it's just a different connection, and it doesn't hold as well. It doesn't hold quite as tight. But anyway, still looks pretty good overall. I would say I would use the regular one for the mouse mode. It doesn't really matter to me so much because I think it looks fine, but some people might be really upset when they try to do like the sitting and praying pose kind of stuff. When you pop his head out, and you have to reposition it for this kind of like when he's walking around like this. And I probably could clean it up a little bit more. Yeah, some people might want to pose like this. It doesn't tab in as well for me, but I fiddle with it for like a half an hour. Like I have untransformed it, transformed it back, making sure everything's perfectly aligned. And so that's just an issue that I had stumbled across. But probably the more and more I mess with it, well, guess what? I'm wearing out that connection. So where they tab together, I kind of wore it out by reconnecting it so many times. Because I did have it once, but it kind of popped out with too much movement. I don't remember having that issue with the original because they did have a different slot system. Here's next to Masterpiece, Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. For size and scale, that's a big rat. Compared to an Optimus Prime, that's Magic Square. You get all up on it. But there he is for scale. And he's got his whiskers on, so there he goes. All right, what I think about this guy, I think that this KO version of MPG 15 Rattrap it's not a bad option. And in fact, if you just transform it once to the alt mode and get it all tabbed together, it'll stay. But if you're going to transform it back and forth a lot, and if you're going to mess with it with, basically, I did what's the equivalent of about 8 transformations, fiddling with it. You're probably going to wear those tabs out on the bottom, like I did, to where it's not going to tab in very well. Still looks pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, I could still probably get it to stay with more messing with it, but the bot mode has better ankles, so I like that. And I generally am more of a bot mode kind of guy anyway. But I know Beast Wars lends itself to being one of those lines that people like to put it in alt mode. It's the nature of the beast. But this is pretty much half price of the original, less than half price of the original. I did get mine in Associate Store, but I'll link down below where you can get yours from TH Sports Reviewer. And let me know what you think about this. Do you even care that Takara seems to be done with Beast Wars? I guess. I don't know. They haven't announced anything going forward. But let me know what you think about this. Like and subscribe. Tell your hanger out.